Hello and welcome back to Fun Scholar Academy. So, in the last lecture, we have known about different types of teeth present in our mouth. Okay, today we are going to focus on structure of a tooth. Clear? So, let us begin. So, structure of a tooth. A tooth consists of mainly two parts. One is crown, another is root. Now, what is this crown? Listening this crown, it seems like that the crown wearing. Who wears the crown? The king wears the crown. So, why crown? Just see. The teeth is the upper part of the tooth is like this. It has a curvy nature just like the crown of the king. Just look at over here. Okay, that is why, because it looks similar to the crown of the king, that's why the name over here, the upper part is known as crown. Just see. Okay, now the tooth that we see is made up of two parts. Okay, first is the visible part is known as enamel, and the non-visible part, the beneath it, is known as dentine. So, which one is dentine and which one is enamel? See, the white color part is covered by a layer that is known as enamel, and enamel is the most hardest part of our body. So, why it is so hard? Because it helps to preserve the teeth for your whole life. Once it is being destroyed, once your enamel is destroyed, then the tooth is decayed and it will fall off permanently. That is why you are advised to preserve your enamel always. Okay, so the outer covering of the teeth that protects the teeth from any wear and tear is known as enamel, and beneath enamel lies the dentine. Okay, so if this is this outer part, outer covering is the enamel. So below enamel lies what? Dentine. Now just let's read. The crown of a tooth, what it is? It is obviously the top part of the tooth that is visible to us. Okay, made up of what? It is made up of the outer hard covering is known as enamel, and beneath the enamel lies what? Lies the dentine. Clear? Okay, now next slide. Now what is crown? Just see this portion, since it is having a similar look like the crown of the king, so this part is known as crown. And see this part which connects the crown with the root is known as neck. Just like our head is being connected with our body via neck, similarly here the crown is connected with the root, that is via neck. And what is root? The embedded part of the teeth that remains inside the gum, and it is not visible to us, okay, as it is inside the gum. So that is why this part is known as root of the teeth. Now let's read. It is the upper part of the tooth that is visible to us. So which part is visible to us? The part that is visible to us is nothing but crown. What is the crown made up of? The crown is made up of enamel. Right? Okay. The crown of the tooth is covered by a hard, white, shiny material called enamel. It is the hardest substance of our body. I have already told you that it is the hardest one. And why it is hardest? To protect the teeth from wear and tears. So you are eating your food from childhood. Since you die, the teeth remains with you because of this enamel covering. Okay, if the enamel is hampered, the tooth decay starts, and then the permanent teeth, what will happen to it? It will fall off. Clear? Right? Okay. Now, what is the function of any tooth? Its function is to what? To break down the food into smaller particles so that further it helps in swallowing and then in digestion of food. Okay, you don't just take a potato and directly eat it. Okay, you take the potato, you take a bite, you chew it, you make it in a form into a smaller or simple substance, and then you swallow it, and further it goes for digestion. So what is the function of any crown or any teeth? The main function is chewing the food, protects the tooth from inside. Okay, since only this part is visible, since only this part is visible to us and rest part is embedded within the gums, so the crown protects the teeth. Okay, which part it protects? The underlying part it protects from any damage. And next is what? All the teeth, any crown of any types of teeth, they what they do? They help ultimately to chew the food. Right? Clear? Okay. Now, what is root? This is the crown. This is the neck. And this part is the root. Right? This is the part which is not visible to us. Right? And see, the red and blue color and white color, what are these things? These are nothing but blood vessels and nerves. Right? These are blood vessel and nerves. Right? So below the enamel, what did I say? The dentine, which is not visible. Okay, so this is the dentine, which consists of the root, and the roots, whenever you taste some hot or cold, too much cold thing like ice cream or something, you have a sensation in your gums. Okay, not in the upper part of the tooth, but in your gums. Why? Because of the presence of blood vessels and the nerves. Okay, now let's read. Root is what? The lower part of the tooth. Obviously, it is the lower part of the tooth, and it is covered by the gums, right? Because it is embedded within the gums. Okay, it is made up of cementum that anchors the tooth to the jawbone. Now, what is the cementum? Just when you build a house, what you do? You use bricks. These are what? Bricks. Okay. And over here, you put what? You put cement. Over here, you put cement. Right? Over here, you put cement. So what is the function of the cement? To hold these two bricks together and these two bricks together. The cementum over here functions just like the cement. Okay, it helps to hold each of the tooth together in a specific place. And which is this place? This is the gum. Okay, so it holds the teeth together in a particular line, in a particular way in the gums, just like the cement does to the bricks. And over here, from cement only, you can remember it as cementum. Okay. So below enamel lies dentine. I have already told you this. What is the function of dentine? Its function is to protect the inner part of the tooth. Obviously, its function is to protect the inner part of the tooth called pulp. And this pulp has nerves and blood vessels. These blood vessels keep the tooth alive. Obviously, you know that any living cell, they need food, nutrition, and gases to live alive. So this is the living part of the tooth and this is the death part of the tooth. So over here it needs nutrition, oxygen and other nutrients to stay alive. So which of these things help in those? The blood vessels and the nerves. Blood vessels provide the nerves. Blood vessel provides the nutrition to the alive part of the teeth, and the nerves are the reason for which you feel sensation in your teeth. Okay, the soft tissue that surrounds the base of the tooth is known as gum. Gum holds the teeth in place. Which one is the gum? This pink part is known as gum. This pink part, just I have shown you previous day that when the child is born, it has only gums and no teeth. That pink part is nothing but the gum. Okay, clear? I hope it is clear to you. Okay, enamel, I have already told you, the outer layer of the tooth which protects the tooth from any injury or damage is known as enamel. See, and this part below the enamel is the dentine and it contains what? Pulp. This is the pulp, right? And it has what? It has nerves and blood vessels. And this pink part is the gum and this is the cementum, which helps the tooth to get fixed in the gum, right? Just like the cement does to any brick. Clear? Enamel, dentine, enamel is the outer covering, below it is the dentine. Dentine contains what? Dentine contains pulp, which is made up of nerves and blood vessels, and this pink part is the gum, and the teeth is embedded within the gum by the help of cementum. Clear? I hope this is now clear to you. Okay, I have explained everything you easily. And function of enamel, I have already told you, it acts as a shield that protects the teeth from any damage. Okay, now let me show you. Just see, I have a teeth. Okay, this is the molar teeth. Okay, and see, this teeth can be opened. So if I take this, I hope it is visible to you. Just see this upper part which has a depression. This is the crown, right? This part which joins the crown with the root is known as what? It is the neck. Okay, this part, the outer part, The hardest part, this is known as what? This is known as enamel. Below the enamel lies the what? Lies the dentine. And dentine contains what? Dentine contains the living part of the teeth, that is pulp, and all these are nerves and blood vessels, because of which this part is the living part. And this part is obviously root, which is being which is not visible to us, and the part visible to us is the crown. Okay, understood? Clear? I hope it is clear to you. Okay, acha. Okay, now the hardest part is enamel, and below it lies the dentine. But dentine is not that hard like enamel. It is softer in comparison to enamel. Okay. Now, what is the function of dentine? The function of the dentine will be to support the enamel, okay? And also it carries nerve signal to the brain. For that reason, you feel hot and cold, okay? Dentine is the soft part. It supports the enamel outside, and what it does, you feel cold and hot because of the presence of nerve vessels present in the dentine. Clear? Now comes pulp. I have already told you the pulp is the living part of the tooth. Okay? It is found in the center of the tooth, where below the dentine lies the pulp. Right? Okay? And it consists of all the blood vessels. So function of pulp is what? If it carries all the blood vessels, then what will be its function? It will function, I have already told you, its main function is to supply nutrients to the living cell of the teeth. Clear? See, it supplies nutrition, food and oxygen to keep the tooth healthy, and contains nerves, and that's why you feel pain, heat and cold. Okay. Now cementum is this white part. Cementum is this white part, and it is bony like structure. And what is its function? It provides anchor to the root, just like the cement to the bricks. See? Easy. So function is what? Function is that it holds the teeth in place within the gums. Right? Clear? Okay. Now parts of tooth, I have already told you: crown, enamel, dentine, pulp, cementum. I have covered all the parts. Clear? See, this part you can take a screenshot. I have written within one line everything, so that it is easy for you to remember. Okay? And another important question from this is enamel. We often use the term that calcium is good for our teeth, right? We know that thing. So this enamel or harder protective covering is made up of calcium. That is why we say that it is very important for our teeth. In food and health chapter, we have read that calcium is the most essential mineral for the growth of our bones and teeth. Why? Now you can understand. See, every chapter is so much related to each other. Calcium is important for our teeth because it helps in the formation of enamel. And without enamel, your teeth will start decaying and fall off permanently. Clear? So please do take a screenshot of this portion. Okay. I think you have taken. Okay. Now, what is tooth? Now, what is tooth decay? You often eat, just see this teeth. See what is happening? The enamel is being damaged here, right? The enamel is being damaged, and this leads to what? This is tooth decay. Now, how does tooth decay happen? You often eat candies, chocolates, and you do not do brush, you don't take care of your teeth. See, every part of our body needs proper health and hygiene. Okay? From your hair, from your nails to up to toe, you need to clean every part. Okay? Why? To prevent infection from germs and bacteria, virus, etc. Okay, so teeth is also a part of our body, and you know the inner part is living, although the outer part is dead. But it is covered by a protective layer, that is enamel. But what happens if you keep eating sugary things? This sugary things produces acid in your teeth. Okay, and the outer hard covering that is being hampered with the formation of too much acid. That is why you are asked to brush your teeth regularly twice a day. Okay, to eat, to drink milk, or to take calcium in proper amount, to do not eat junk foods, avoid chocolates or sugary products. Why? Because these things produces acid in your brain, is in your teeth. Now, acid is what? Acid is a substance that damages your teeth. Okay, for now we will learn about acids in higher classes, but for now you just know that acid is a substance that damages your teeth. Okay, so this damage is known as what? This damage is known as cavity. And what will happen if you get cavity? Pain, tooth decay, and ultimately it will lead to tooth fall off. It will lead to tooth fall off. So what will happen if you eat too much of sugary products and you do not clean your teeth regularly? It will lead to a formation of a substance that is known as acid. Now, what is acid? It has the ability to damage your teeth. Clear? So, too much of damage, what will happen? The enamel or the protective layer will be damaged. And once the protective layer is damaged, you know the inside of the teeth, the lower part is made up of living cells. So the living cells will be damaged, and that will lead to what? Cavity. So what is cavity? Cavity is something like this. It is formed of by the attack of acid or bacteria that damages your teeth permanently, and will lead to pain and tooth decay, and ultimately your tooth will fall off. Clear? Then what will happen, ma'am? Then you will have problem in chewing food. You will have problem in talking. Yes, teeth not only helps you to chew your food, but with the help of teeth and tongue, speech is being produced. Okay? So it will lead, it will affect your health, and you have to go to a dentist. Okay, now let's read. What is tooth decay? Tooth decay happens when bacteria in your mouth feed on sugary food and produces acid. Clear? This acid damages the enamel, causing cavities or holes in the teeth. Right? I have taught you everything. Okay? That is only written over here. Clear? Okay. Now, what is the cause of tooth decay? I have told you, obviously, sugary products, too much junk foods, and not cleaning your teeth regularly. So, let's read. Eating sugary foods or drinks, obviously, not brushing teeth properly, leading to plaque buildup. Now, what is a plaque? Plaque is a sticky film of bacteria. Plague is a sticky film of bacteria, just like this. Sometimes a blackish color thing happen in your teeth. You can, if you if you do not clean your teeth regularly, okay, so that blackish or that yellowish portion, that sticky kind of film is known as plague, and it is formed due to the formation of bacteria in your teeth. Okay, causes. Now sign. What will be the sign? Obviously, I have told you that blackish, see this blackish color or dark spots or hole in the teeth. Tooth pain, obviously you will when the cavity attacks you, you will have tooth pain and bad breath. Okay, the people around you will go away from you because of your bad breath. Okay, now how to prevent tooth decay? How to prevent? First is brush your teeth twice a day. Okay, avoid eating junk food. See, junk food is the cause of so many diseases in your body. Junk food is to be avoided. Junk food is to be avoided. See, floss to clean between teeth. What is floss? You take, you have a thin thread-like structure that is used to clean the teeth. Okay, suppose this is a teeth and this is another teeth. Okay, and floss is a thread-like structure which is used to clean your teeth like this way. Okay, so that is the floss. Okay, eat fewer sugary food. Obviously, visit the dentist regularly. If you have any problem in your teeth, if you feel a bit of sensation, so you should go to the dentist as early as possible. Okay, clear? Info hubs. Okay, let's see. Have you ever felt any sensation in a tooth after consuming something very cold or very hot? Yes, we have. Why? Because of the living cell. And which one is the living cell? The pulp is the living cell of the teeth. The nerves in the pulp send the message to the brain about how cold or hot the substance. How? Because the pulps contains nerves and those send signal to our brain, and that is why we can understand that the substance is hot tea or cold coffee. Clear? Done. Okay, now plague, I have already told you, it is a sticky substance that is formed due to consumption of too much sugary products, and it affects your enamel. So what can we do to avoid this plague? We can do what? We have to brush your teeth regularly, minimum twice before going to bed and also in the morning. Okay, or after even having your breakfast or lunch also, you can brush your teeth to protect your teeth from damage. So brushing more than twice is also good for your teeth. Okay, but you have to Brush twice at least. Okay, done. Now, tooth decay and its prevention, I have already told you, just read. The germs then reach the nerves through dentine and pulp. This can lead to tooth decay and further causes bad breath and tooth cavity. How does tooth decay process occurs? Sugar rich food plus germs. What does it forms? Acid. Acid plus healthy tooth leads to decay of what? Decay of tooth. Right? This only I have taught you. This only I have taught you. Sugar food, germs that will form acid. Acid will attack where? Your healthy tooth and your teeth will start decaying. And ultimately cavity, plaque and the teeth decay and ultimately it will fall off along with pain. So, see how vital it is. So, why to take care of the teeth? Because healthy teeth will help you what? In what way? To eat, drink, smile properly. And obviously, you need good breath to keep people around you. If you are having a bad breath, everyone will go away from you. Okay? So, brush your teeth, floss, everything I have told you. Done. Now, benefits of fluorides. What is fluoride? Just look at this picture. Fluoride is a substance that is found in your toothpaste. Okay. Now, what does this fluoride does? It has antibacterial properties. Antibacterial properties means it does not leads to the formation of bacteria in your teeth. Okay. So it basically kills the bacteria in your teeth. That is why you are recommended to use fluoride based toothpaste, which is generally very good for your teeth because it kills all the formed bacteria and removes all the bacteria of your teeth on a regular basis. Clear? Understood? Now benefits, it prevents tooth decay, makes teeth more resistant to acid and bacteria, can even repair early signs of tooth damage. So next time you buy a toothpaste, just make sure it contains fluoride. Clear? Okay. Drinking milk. Why? Milk contains what? I have told you, I have taught you. Milk contains what? Milk contains calcium. And why do you need calcium? For the formation of enamel. And if your enamel is strong, it will protect your teeth from any damage. So, milk strengthens teeth and bone, helps repair enamel and protects against cavities, keeps your gums healthy and prevents gum diseases. So, next time your mother gives you a glass of milk, so please do not say that mom, I'll not eat, I'll not drink the milk. So please do drink milk regularly. It is very good for children to drink milk because milk contains what? Calcium. Okay, and calcium is needed for the formation of enamel, that is ultimately to keep your teeth and bones strong and healthy. Clear? Okay. So that's it. I think we have covered everything. I have told you everything about your tooth. You can see it, you can feel it. So this is a part of your body which is very important for you to know about. So here it is. So please watch the video, and if you have any problem then rewatch or you can mention it in the comment section. So see you in the next class with a new chapter. Till then, take care, keep shining, keep growing and keep learning. Okay.